Vici. So banning around that PPD a little bit.
They weren't kidding yesterday when Tono Envy said that. You gotta ban all PPD's heroes. And I agree with the Shadow Demon. I don't know so much about the Abaddon. You could always ban that in the second phase, but yeah, VG picking up the Bounty Hunter, maybe expecting EG to go Chen still, having to pick that up now. What's the point of this right now?
They played this yesterday in a game without Chen 2. They played it against LGD, and FY's Bounty Hunter was just ridiculous, actually, in that game.
10 seconds.
Did they have any junglers or anything? Like
No.
Okay.
Not at all. They ran 2-1-2 lanes, I think, and then Ice was off lane on Spirit Breaker. Bounty Hunter roamed down there, and they got a double
the bounty,
kill.
yeah, the Spirit Breaker game.
It was a very impressive game from Vici Gaming. I think this right now, to me, in the tournament has been their absolutely strongest hero-player combination. And it's great against Chen, but I don't think it's a requirement for FY.
And I think part of this first pick is there's a chance Ice could play this. He has played Bounty Hunter in the off lane before. Definitely not very common. They'll take the Bristleback here, the other big breadwinner of this tournament. I know you've been talking up BB quite a bit, and so I would say this Bounty Hunter is a little bit of a, let's see how they react to this. Are they assuming it's FY? Do they assume that it could be in the off lane? Options, Alan. That's what they're presenting themselves with.
Yep, they can still run the dual lane. We've seen Bristleback mid yesterday. Bristleback can go to any lane, and probably will be another support Bounty Hunter roaming around, causing havoc everywhere.
So what does EG grab to go with their gyrocopter?
5 seconds remaining.
I mean,
They might just get a standard defensive support for PPD before it gets banned out. So
Right.
I'm thinking something like
Rubik's
Shaker,
pretty good.
Rubik. I don't think he plays Rubik even.
Treant's
Yeah.
still in the pool. We haven't seen a lot of Treant this
That's true.
tournament, but
He's pretty cool against Bristle, actually.
I mean,
Rubik
Gyro's
armor's
already
pretty
good. How do you guys feel about Gyro against Bristle? I kind of like
amazing in the laning stage.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Gyro's one of the few heroes that can solo kill Bristleback early on.
all that magic damage.
Yeah. Clockwork, though. Okay, safe and sound. There's your universe.
It's a good setup, obviously. Hookshot into Cogs and then with call down makes for a great team fight. It's something I've talked about on a few occasions. Is for me a really good lineup. There's obviously different like how to say it, archetypes of lineups or whatever. If you're playing any sort of lineup that's looking to team fight, I think it's really crucial to have a clear initiator and a clear follow-up. So say, for example, you have a Beastmaster with Roar. You force a fight, the enemy team tries to counter-initiate you, and then for example, Sand King comes in with an Epicenter, right? Anything to force a fight, anything to win the fight after. And they already have those two things right now with a Clockwork hookshot into call down if the enemy team tries to turn. Vici Gaming not taking that route just yet. They might not be playing a teamfight game at all. They were extremely good at playing skirmish when they had the Bounty Hunter on a couple of occasions, and Bristleback can definitely play that type of style, but of course also good for the base siege when the time comes.
Yeah, Clockwork's great against both of these heroes, can just lock them in place. There's no whisk to relocate them out. They really need to have maybe a Venge or a Rubik, coming up here to really get this Clockwork off their backs right now, because I do think this is the best pick for EG right now, and Universe can get a lot done in this off lane here too. So, and worst case scenario, Clockwork versus Bristleback 1v1. I think Clock has that upper hand. Because all he has to do is burn the mana.
Yeah.
And then once you get level 4 or 5, you have max battery assault, or level 2, 3, and then you can get that kill.
It's a really interesting lane because generally when we have melee versus melee, there's like a clear-cut winner on paper most of the time.
Yeah.
But this is one of those matchups that can actually go either way, and it totally depends on whether the cogs work as intended or not. They are very, they still seem quite random at times. If you catch Bristleback inside the cogs and there's any creeps around, Bristleback wins it hands down because battery assault won't be hitting him only. If you knock him back a couple times with the cogs and he's out of mana, that hero is pretty useless in lane. So it's all about the timing for Universe, who we are, of course, assuming will be playing Clock. But I somehow don't think this is the lane we're gonna see. I think Vici Gaming will play Bristleback the secret way, which is most of the time mid. I think Secret won with it every single time mid, and the one time they put it offlane on Xyli, they lost. I mean, that's still, there's obviously a lot of factors in that game, but
yeah.
VG love to run their
Bristleback's
dual
sick
lane. Yeah, they love to run their dual lanes with the Bounty Hunter Bristleback, but maybe they have to change it up now because of the situations that are being, because you're against a gyrocopter that can burst out all that damage.
Whoa.
And, well, they're not going to change it up at all.
I like this from
Alright.
Vici, though. With the first third pick, they'll limit Sumail's options here. They take out his prize Shadow Fiend, take the Storm for themselves, probably for Super in the mid lane. What is Sumail playing now?
There's
Queen of
still
Pain.
Quab and
Queen of Pain, yeah, that's
Puck's
true.
not too bad. Puck can shut
Puck-
down a Storm early game really hard. If you got some, even if you have one rotation and you kill him, you're going to get 6 and he'll be level 4. So
Right.
you can shut down the Storm pretty easily, especially on the dire side.
It's one of
Or
those
no,
classic
they're on the dire
matchups.
You
easy
could
on the dire
play
side.
Lina too.
5 seconds
Oh,
remaining.
yeah.
Lena's.
We've seen mostly
It's a really good
roaming
matchup against
Linas,
Storm.
If you
but-
get Lena with Ags against a Bristleback, that hero just melts. So that's another great counter for the hero.
Whenever I see an enemy team getting a Storm, there's like 2 things you want to do, or at least one of them. Either you want to counterpick him with stuns or silences so you can deal with him in the mid game, or you want to have a favorable lane matchup and gank him twice or 3 times before level 6. They're going to
Yeah.
get the counterpick first.
It's a good hero to
PPD
deal
getting
with
his
it.
lion.
Even though Hex was nerfed, still very good against Storm. Finger, the big burst.
Is it too greedy, though, going against the Bounty Hunter that's going to be roaming? Because the Lion is one of the most greedy, I would say, one of the greediest heroes you can get
true.
right now.
This is a little risky. I would agree.
Would you say he's more greedy than Sand King?
No, Sand King can just leech and then always go back and pull, and he can always get those lucky bounty runes. Whereas Lion needs to get like 5 at least for that stun, and then obviously get the 6 to roam around and gank better.
Okay.
I mean, you can't take anything away from Hex though. The disable early on is great, especially when you're going against you have a gyro with a rocket barrage. So if you hex somebody, you dust him, you're gonna have rocket barrage up by the time the dust wears off. So the bounty hunter is gonna be dead.
Right. All right, Vici running out of reserve time here. They settle on the Vengeful Spirit, a support that's been a little bit underloved this tournament, but some nice natural synergy here. Minus armor with the Bristleback, defensive swap, nice stun setup.
Yeah, it was either ban Vitenge or Rubik. They wanted either of those, but instead they're gonna ban the Brood and the Darkseer. I think I talked about. I don't know what their exact record is. It has to be 0-4 or 0-5 for EG this tournament against Brood. They have no way to beat the hero.
Especially against Vici. I mean, that's like I would say
Ice
a core
hero.
hero on Ice Ice Ice.
Seconds remaining.
I think every hero is a core hero in Ice Ice Ice.
Pretty much.
5 seconds.
Maybe this is an offlane Venge. Who knows?
Yeah, that's possible.
I'm thinking about what Vici Gaming wants to get last, because
It's still a pretty open-ended draft.
looking at
Yeah.
how they've played the whole tournament, Leshrac could be cool, but I think they don't want to run it into the clock, which might also be one of the reasons EG picked it earlier. It was good against the first 2, but also good against the potential Leshrac that Vici have been running 2 or 3 games on how, I think.
I think this is just a Puck game for Sumail right now. I think they should just pick it and then save. Maybe they can always. I don't think you're gonna go a jungler with AUI anymore. You can't go Coddle. You can't go Enigma with this Bounty Hunter pick. So I don't know. The only other option is to really run aggressive or just gank the Storm Spirit. It feels like for me.
Yeah, I mean, again, I hate to go back to this, but I guess Vici
Oh.
could look to throw a curveball here and grab something like a Rubik to pair with the Venge and end up off-laning the Bounty Hunter. But now we'll see a TA from EG. Does Hal play the
TA's
Bristle?
TA's minus armor is great against the Bristleback, but still, you get those quills off, you get the goo on her, she gets run down instantly.
Yeah.
And Storm versus TA, it's not really a matchup that TA wins necessarily. Once she
kind of a
gets 4 or
break
5,
even,
yeah, once she gets 4 and 5, she starts dominating the lane. But Storm still can hold his own in the early game, and
And
then
he
he's
can always
on
go back
Radiant.
for stacks
Yeah,
as
he's
well.
on Radiant. So.
And the thing about that matchup too is, if you look at Storm versus TA, how do you define that TA wins a lane, right? If you, let's say TA gets 4 or 5 more CS than Storm in the mid lane, I wouldn't call that a 1 lane.
Yeah.
Because then you have a Storm Spirit who's level 6, who's infinitely more useful than a TA level 6, right? Especially if you look at the matchup here, they already have slows and stuns, and they even ultimately will have track against the TA, which is a nice counter. So if you want to play the Storm versus TA matchup, I talked about this
It's gonna
quite
come
a bit,
down to
quite
the
a bit
runes,
with
right?
Blitz. What's that?
It's going to come down to the runes mostly, you think?
The
I
runes
think.
to an extent. I think if Storm plays it well, he gets 2/3 of the runes by default, maybe even all of
Yes.
them if he plays it well. And the way Blitz explained it to me is, a lot of people lose the Storm versus TA matchup as Storm because they treat TA as a ranged hero. So they just keep taking side blades. He says you need to play in your face. You need to pretend that TA is a melee, and you just play like you would against any other melee hero. You keep hitting her. If she comes up close, you just fight. Your
Yeah.
Remnant
That's
is stronger than
interesting.
she is.
That's what you do.
The moment Refraction is down and she tries to fight you, on the low levels she doesn't have side blades, or maybe she has 1 point. The range of that is so short that you can actually still land Remnants on her, so she can't just bully you out of lane like TA usually does, and if she doesn't succeed in that, well, then you're going to farm as much as her, if not even more. It's actually a winnable lane for Storm, contrary to what most people think.
The only thing that really salvages is like a TA with a DD rune at level 7, and you have another medallion on your team and get Fast Roshan. That's, I think,
Yeah.
where you can start snowballing. That's what you want to do. But
Well, now we got our final picks. Super will take the Beastmaster mid, and it's actually Hao that'll grab the Storm Spirit, probably for the safe lane, and PPD will final pick his Treant Protector, so he does end up with that defensive support after all. But
called it.
That was a
Yep.
sick call, actually. First pick of the tournament, I think.
Is
First
it?
time we see Train.
I actually don't
Yeah,
think
it's
we've
first
seen
pick.
any Treant.
It's
all
first
right,
pick.
all right. Thank you, syndereN. I'll take that pat on the back. Now,
I
so what do you
forgot
think,
that hero existed, actually.
what do you think about the drafts overall?
I mean,
who's got the edge here?
all VG's lineup is kind of single target burst, so this tree last pick is amazing, right? The only thing that really takes it away is the storm zipping around and maybe the quills stacking a lot on top of. But so this is
I guess
kind of
the-
a good counter.
The damage over time from the boar will help with the living armor a little bit.
Yeah,
but
you also have the attack speed increase too. They have a lot of aura strat going on here too. The
I guess if
Venge
you
plus
have
the
the summon, like if he
Beastmaster.
gets Necrobook, you've got enough summons that you can kind of.
the necrobooks. for
Yeah,
sure.
I don't want to say cut through the living armor, but
If
help
they
deal
get
with it.
necrobooks and TA doesn't have a BKB, she's dead after
Yeah.
Aurora. It feels like.
If EG play this right, they won't die in Malignant stage.
Yeah,
That's the problem for
that's-
Vici. They actually can't kill anyone.
EG is
Um,
so this bounty hunter is definitely gonna not feel effective right now.
Yeah, I think his goal probably this game is to steal as much of the pull experience as possible from EG, and then accept that getting kills is probably going to be impossible. And then once they start hitting their levels, they can start looking for ganks.
That's a pretty good tree right there.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That-
I actually haven't
that's
seen
right.
that set. That is really cool. Where did
Yeah.
that come from?
It's like
Is it a Christmas set?
Christmas tree. Yes, I was gonna say the
E-
same.
ESL. Oh, all right. Well played, ESL. I like it.
I'm glad our camera. Oh, jeez, our camera. I was gonna give him a shout out too. Jeez. Well, you get no shout out.
Nice, good job.
All right. Ooh, mango on the bristleback. Yummy, yummy.
30 seconds.
So
to
I'm
rest.
thinking, all right, let's look at the early mid game, right? If we assume that Vici don't get kills, they might get kills, right? But I have a hard time seeing it happening very easily, at least. The number one most important thing for them, if they can get away with it, is to prevent Tree from getting levels.
Yeah, shutdown is kind of on PPD. Yeah, you notice he didn't even go boots, right? So they're maybe not going to even roam with the PPD's tree. You know, sometimes we've seen him in the past always get that leech seed and roam mid and get a kill.
I would say almost always. I mean, he used to do
Yeah.
that all the
Oh,
time.
oh,
Now
he
that's why
walked
they
into it.
bait him into this sentry, but the damage isn't there.
Yeah.
Okay, well, noble effort. Bounty runes, one apiece. Sumi will grab one, and Super the other.
I just think Universe is just going to get so much in this offlane, and then he's just going to roam and kill everyone from VG, and
Yeah,
it's just going to be if they snowball or not.
possibly. And Vici will do that dual off lane. It looks like Bounty Hunter with the bristle. Right now, FY is still roaming about, but he'll spend some time up top for sure. So Beastmaster versus TA. We were talking about Storm. Give me some insight into this matchup.
This is the, I want to say, one of the best melee heroes against TA in lane, because he's not only himself. He
Yeah,
has
he's got a
he has the
boar.
boar.
The boar.
And after the recent changes that allows you to have 2 boars, you can actually win this lane, I think. There's very few melee heroes that stand a chance against TA, but he's one of them. And
And his base
I like
attack
this.
is really
I think him and
beefy.
Axe are like.
Yeah,
TA's
X
kinda
X
like
can do it,
screwed.
but that's also difficult. But yeah, he's one of the heroes that has a chance. I think it's easier for Beastmaster though. X is takes a lot more crisp execution and timing with Battle Hunger and maybe some lucky spins even. But definitely a good melee matchup to have. And I really like the idea from Vici Gaming of doing that, because they get a hell of a lot of farm on Storm this way. He would have still had a fine matchup in mid, but putting him in the safe lane is going to give him complete free farm. Clock cannot contest a Storm in lane. There's actually no way. Even if this was a one-on-one matchup, Storm would be free farming. Clock's way he wins lanes is he runs in on people with Battery Assault. He loses a one-on-one to Static Remnant, so he can't aggress at all. And at the same time, getting the Beastmaster in the safe lane instead of where we've seen him in, in the mid lane instead of the off lane that we've seen on occasion, getting the fast roar is probably going to be necessary for them. They need a very long lockdown early to be able to kill targets, because they need to get through the living armor. And fast level 6 on him when, let's say, PPD maybe is level 3, then the living armor isn't that scary yet. And Bounty will definitely do his to keep PPD out of the game.
Yeah, and the rotations that could be coming mid. Beastmaster's a little bit more tanky. You have the kiting possibilities with the boar. It's always nice to have.
What do you guys think about Bounty Hunter in general right now that we have a pause? Do you think he might be a little bit too strong? I know NoT.Today yesterday seemed to think that once that hero gets a little bit of momentum, if he can find a timely level 6, the amount of gold you can rack up with just a couple of track kills is maybe a little too insane.
It's kind of like an all-in for me.
Yeah, I was about to
sometimes
say.
you either you do amazing in the early game, and if you get those levels, you get some of these kills, then it's perfect. But if you don't, then you're going to have like a level 3 or 4 bounty hunter, and then all your towers are going to be dead, and you can't contribute to the team fights, depending on the lineups.
He's kind of a high-risk, high-reward hero where a lot of teams will try to run it and fail and not try again.
Yep.
But if you have extremely good execution, it's one of those heroes where you really need good game understanding and a sense of how enemy heroes are moving to be effective. So I would definitely not say the hero isn't balanced. I would say the version really fits him a lot better than the previous one because, less combat mechanics,
More gold
more
gain for
focus
hero
on
kills.
more focus on fighting in the first place. So team fights are more likely to break out than you get your tracks. And but you need level 6 first, and that's the risk reward thing you need to balance out. Like how can we get a level 6 bounty without losing too much on the map? Because he is pretty weak early on. His kit isn't that good, but the buff to Shuriken Toss level 1 is actually pretty significant. It does 150 damage level 1. It's a very good level 1 nuke. And I think that might be a big part of the reason Bounty Hunter is making a comeback, at least for a team like Vici, because even if it doesn't sound like that much with 50 extra damage, it's usually that little bit you were missing in the past from securing the kill, and that's everything for the Zero.
It's a decent percentage buff from what it used to be.
Also,
so
with-
50% damage.
What's
Yeah,
really
that's
oh,
pretty
top
big.
lane, ice. Not gonna be trouble.
Yeah,
But
without the boots on PPD, this is not nearly as scary.
the another thing to note is, well, with the Beastmaster, he can go back into the jungle or even get the ancient stacks, and then you can also have the Storm Spirit in the jungle. Then just put Bounty mid, soak up some EXP. That might be what they're trying to do.
Wow, EG and Vici have the two highest first blood rates since
nice.
DAC. That's interesting, 56 and 55% respectively.
In games where EG get first blood, Sumail gets it in 47.6% of the games.
That is an insane statistic, actually.
crazy.
Speaks to that individual skill cap.
And also their focus on getting Sumail a good game. I mean, it's one thing, like his own individual skill, but they've really, in the past, put a lot of priority on getting Sumail ahead. Because a lot of their lineups have been run around Sumail playing these snowball-y heroes like TA, Storm, Shadow Fiend, where if he gets off to a good start, they feel confident in the game. So it makes a lot of sense, but it's still a really high number.
EG's lost 3 couriers this game in their last 3 or 4 games. I don't know.
You
maybe
mean this
5.
tournament?
Yes.
I was gonna say, losing
And-
3 couriers at 2 minutes is pretty intense.
I mean,
And the game's pretty much over.
pretty much. And I hope they just doesn't get sniped out again here from the Bounty Hunter.
Well, he's already lined up for it. But
EG has to know this.
Yeah, exactly. And how do you play around it, though? I mean, is there an alternate path you can take when you know the Bounty Hunter is lingering around here?
You could wait 50 seconds
You have
and
to
get
wait.
a crow. Or you need to...
I guess that's the safest way to do it, even though it does slow down your bottle delivery.
Yeah, you could wait for crow. You could move it. There's actually no safe pattern for the Dire.
Oh my.
So either you wait for crow or you manually you ferry it with a hero, or you do this. You go all the way back to your tier 3 to get the courier.
Yeah, they just pinged it out too. They know. They just saw the vision. So
All right, this is really important for EG that this courier does not get sniped. Even though Sumail maybe loses 2 or 3 creeps, easily worth it compared to losing 1,000 gold and all your mid lane potential.
So should we talk about this Bristleback being level 1 and the
Let's
Bounty
do
Hunter
it,
being
dude.
level 1? I mean,
Yeah.
And-
Bristol still has 0 CS. He can't even get near the creep wave. And then you look at the clockwork, he's already level 4, like you were talking about. No way to zone him out.
yeah, this is
Huge disparity growing between the offlaners.
Yeah, that's actually a really big problem for Vici. They need to start fighting some levels here.
They're going to find some now in the top lane. The lane is being pushed here. EG, nice Universe stealing the stack there a bit.
And
Oh, it's
FYI
not even pushed. I thought it was. But they have a sentry down. That can see him. They saw him. Oh,
Okay.
they don't have any dust. That's probably the next agenda for EG. They need to get out of dust.
A little bit unfortunate for EG there, actually. If they could have not revealed that sentry, maybe they could have caught FY off for a kill, but he was like right on the edge of it when they auto-attacked him. So he should be able to play around it at least for now. Universe doing a great job leeching XP down bottom. He's got to be closing in on 5, yeah. And 13-0 in terms of CS. Pretty good score for the clockwork this early on. Good predictions, Alan.
Yeah.
Yeah, he can safely farm with every single rocket. They don't really. I don't know how he's got this many CS.
He
I
has
feel
to-
like this is
the biggest thing
more
is
than
that he was cog blocking into the trees, and then so the lane's always pushed back. So Venge has to pull, and then he can always contest the pull because it's just a Venge in a storm.
Yeah.
They have no way to kill him.
He can't aggress himself either, but he's okay with that, I guess. I mean, if you're playing Dire offlane, you're level 5, minute 4, you're generally super happy. Having 15 CS is just a bonus.
Having this much CS is just amazing, though.
This has to be a really big lane win for EG. They must be ahead by like 1,000 or 1,500 gold already, I would guess.
Yeah, it must be. No,
Yep, about 1,500. They're
close.
close
200.
enough. How the hell are they not further ahead than that?
I'm wondering that mid lane is a wash right now. They're very even in CS. The position ones are about a wash. So I guess the disparity is really just the offlaners. Both.
Oh.
Courier, it's going down, baby. 1,400
have
net
Roar
worth.
too.
Boots and a bottle. Now Sumail in trouble. Super trying to lock him down. FY on his way over. Living Armor will help him out. Now a TP rotation. FY, he's committed deep for this.
Oh, the
Will they
Hex.
find the first blood? No, it goes the other way. It's a 1-for-1, but Owie gets the first blood. A great trade, and EG come out the winners.
And that's Bounty Hunter not getting EXP, too. I would say that's another big
It's a
thing.
huge win for EG. Yeah, good
Yeah.
point. And Owie got, what level is he now? That's level 3 on the Lion. That's a huge bump for him.
This is
Now-
still a really, really big problem for Sumail. He's basically shit in the next 2 minutes. No bottle, no boots.
I
he-
appreciate your candidness about that.
Oh, honestly, what's he gonna do right now?
No
He's gonna
boots,
port
yeah.
into the lane.
They don't have
he needs
Roar,
babysitting
though,
right now.
For,
He has a-
yeah.
Like this is, or maybe not, but yeah, this sucks for him really.
All right, so we'll get a replay on this here. FY.
This is the most important thing that happened in that fight. Like the 2 other kills in comparison to this are less important.
Yeah, that's 1,400 gold gone.
And Sumail
The
gets
sentries.
roared under the tower. Super tries to go for it. The living armor is what turns this around and makes FY commit so deep. Of course, hoping he can get the kill before he dies. It's a close call. But Owie's there with the crowd controls. Even gets a kill on the board at the end.
And it actually looked like FY missed an attack, if you know what I mean. Like not literally missed it, but he misclicked so he
Stutter-stepped
didn't.
in, yeah.
He misclicked it so he didn't get the swing off. I think it wouldn't have mattered there though, but it would have been really close. Maybe Vici Gaming could have even got the first blood there, but I still think they're going to be happy with the outcome all in all. It sucks for them. Bounty doesn't get experience, but still getting that courier snipe, getting Super a kill as well. He's going to be looking good in this mid lane.
He's so close. He's how far off is he? Yeah, 1,000 gold away from the Necro book. It's gonna be very scary for EG. They don't really have anything to deal with the Necro books except for getting BKBs later.
Yeah. So what level is the bounty hunter right now? He's a 3. Okay, he's making progress. At least he's not bottlenecked at level 1 anymore. It's a full spread of abilities. How level 7 does have the Soul Ring. Could be looking at a Bloodstone Rush rather than the Orchid. Could also just be a casual Soul Ring.
I think this is an Orchid game. They really only have AUI to shut him down.
Yeah.
So-
I would have thought it's an Orchid game as well.
Wait, so then the net worth graph also considers items you have on the courier when it's dead, right? Because
Yeah,
then
that's-
Sumail's actually 800 gold behind in mid.
I'm not sure. I think
Nah.
it still counts in your net worth if you own the item.
I think it should still count because it's
Yeah.
like having a rapier.
Else it doesn't
Uh,
make sense. With the items he has, they are worth way less than that. So yeah,
Yeah.
it has to count. So
Yes,
he's actually, because of that exchange to the mid lane, he's a good 600-700 gold behind right now from that one kill. And yeah, losing the courier didn't make it any better.
FY is ready for this. As soon as that courier respawns, he wants it. Uh-oh. Whoa.
Wow.
It's stunned for the Hawk. All right. Gives him the love tap right back, crit, and we'll burn some of that mana from Owie. Nice little exchange there from FY. So how's the Bristleback doing? He was in Strug City early on. Looks like all these rotations have opened up some space. And yeah, now Ice 3 is almost level 5. Still lacking on the CS, but he's getting something now at least.
It's
What-
so important for the overall game plan of EG, though, that Bristle doesn't get strong. That hero is...
Yeah, they're
in this
getting
turn.
diving him. He's gonna go down here.
Well, we talked in the draft about how much damage Gyrocopter can do to Bristle, and you blink and you'll miss it. That was
Yeah.
usually a tanky hero.
All right, so Mel gets his items, and...
Instant roar. There's your dust. Fenrir coming in. Sumail gets living armor. He'll live for now. Again, a great rotation from Owie 2000. Hex onto Super. They'll still try to commit into this. Maybe they'll just switch to the Lion. Trap comes down. That'll slow him up a little bit, but Sumail, he gets clipped by the poison. Long range zip from How. Another TP coming in. Wild Axe is running amok. Impale will be off the mark. FY trying to do what damage he can, but he's getting knocked out. Fear now rotating the gyrocopters here. It's Fenrir that's fallen first. FY makes it away. The rocket barrage laying into Super. Not enough for the kill, but How
has no
completely
mana.
out of mana. On the run, Owie 2000 getting tracked down by FY. An odd fight that ends with only one death so far. How might be able to make it out of here. He's got the Soul Ring in 1 second. Living Armor. Nope, that's the Leech Seed. He still has the Soul Ring, has a couple of stick charges here. Needs to be very careful about the Soul Ring usage. There it comes out, but Universe with the Battery Assault secures the kill, and it's Evil Geniuses with a 2-0.
He should have just used his Soul Ring when he was zipping and zip further away. Because then,
He actually let the lead sheet go off.
yeah.
He could have just jumped
could've
early. He had
just jumped.
250 mana. That was greedy.
And then, yeah, TA was able to get a trap off because he was in range.
Well, nicely done by EG, and now Fear. He's the big breadwinner off that one. 4.3K on the net worth.
And Ice is going to be in trouble here. Gyro's coming over again, as well as PPD.
Oh,
this is an
does he
easy
not
kill.
have a TP? Oh, man.
He
This-
does not. Rocket Barrage, even to the backside with 2 points in Bristleback, just cuts him down like butter.
Yeah, if he had a TP, he could have lived there, but not having it sealed his fate.
Things looking a little bit rough for Vici Gaming here in game
Oh,
one. Hook shot right onto Super, and, well, they'll get off some dust. Maybe they could possibly turn this around. Nope, it's Sumail that's rotated over.
What's the cooldown? That's an 80-second cooldown on Roar, just wasted for nothing.
Yeah, I'm surprised he used it.
But Hookshot is on cooldown as well, so.
Good rotation, and this is when things get scary. Once Universe finds that 6, he can just move around now and wreak havoc on the other lanes.
This Treant Protector has been so important for the early game.
Oh, yeah.
It's a really smart pick.
It's changed fights that would have been easy kills for Vici Gaming. Like, instead of them getting a kill, they don't even trade. Like, they just, instead of a 1-0 fight, they get 0-1 2 or 3 times in a row. And it's actually, I think twice it's been worse than just 0-1. They've
It saved
actually been able
First
to chase
Blood,
down.
and it saved Sumail in the mid lane, well, twice,
Yeah.
basically. So this is really good so far from PPD. And what's his level like?
He's 6, I think.
6?
Yeah, he's got the ult. He
Jeez,
just
there
did
it
6.
is.
And he has Arcane Boots, too.
All right.
Very nice.
Wonder what his next item's going to be. I don't think this is a Glimmer game. This is definitely a Solar Crest game, though.
Yeah, Solar
Yeah.
Crest is great against Vici Gaming's lineup. He might also just consider either going greedy and trying for an axe
the
or getting a blink.
courier. The courier. Ooh,
Oh,
the
the
speed burst.
speed boost. Well timed.
That's so fast now.
That-
Jesus.
if they didn't have speed burst, it was gone.
What is it? Is it 650 now?
It's 800. I think.
800. Oh, my.
It used to be 650. It got buffed again.
I feel like it needs another buff. It's so slow still.
Let's give it teleport.
Yeah.
Yeah, let couriers use TP scrolls.
You have to buy the TP for it.
There was a time in Dota 1 when couriers could ward. That was pretty broken, actually.
I actually remember that. There was a long period in Han when that was the case.
Man, FY. Oh,
That-
okay,
that-
they are like on the ball with this bounty hunter right now.
I mean, they know his tricks. At what point should the bounty hunter kind of give up on this courier sniping and just try to leech XP to that level 6 mark? I feel like until he gets track, he's not useless, but not particularly useful either.
He's only level 3, actually.
Yeah, this is becoming a bottleneck.
This is definitely FY's hardest bounty game so far in the tournament. And this is why I'm really curious to see what Vici do. Because their game plan with bounty, apart from that one kill they managed to get, it's definitely not gone the way they want to. So do they have a recovery plan, or is their game plan already like falling apart? That's my question.
They kind of have to find a pickoff, I think, with Super coming in with the Roar, because Ice is way too far behind as well. I don't even know if you can bait Ice. He's just going to die.
Yeah.
And then, yep, you just have to find a way for Bounty to get evolved in 2 kills, and then that'll be maybe his 5, and then hope he can get a free lane after.
And it's because of this that I'm not a big fan of the solo offlane Bristle. I think in this version and the way teams play the game right now, it makes a lot more sense most of the time as a solo mid or a dual off, because you really want Bristle to get farm. Like he's ridiculous with farm. Right now, they don't really care, actually. They'll just kill him.
The worst part
It's
is
not a
they were
threat.
trying to do dual lane. And it's with a bounty hunter though, and they've
Yeah,
done it with the
that-
Spirit Breaker, but it's against a gyro. You can't play this matchup against a gyro.
No.
There's just no way.
Both sides doing a good job with their ancient stacks. Sumail will start to clear out that big one, and there's at least a 3 or 4 stack for the Radiant on their side.
They have vision of this though.
Yes,
Sumail.
Smoke rotation. Yeah, they've got the ward on the high ground around Roche as well as FY here, but they know it. Hook shot in, the dust is there. FY gets dropped, but he dies to the neutrals. Oh my, bad RNG for EG. They'll lose their line first. Now the zip from Hao heading on in.
they're
Sumail
called
getting
down.
low, but Fear doing an absurd amount of damage. It's Vici now on the back foot. PPD coming around the backside. It's all evil geniuses in this one. Hao, the only one left alive. The bounty hunter's so low level, he's actually respawned before the fight ends. Oh my Lanta, this is bad.
Oh,
news
yeah.
bears.
Oh.
Whoa, there it is. Hao stuck on the high ground, and
Oh, he's attacked too.
he's got double damage.
Oh,
No, Rocket Barrage, that'll one-up your double damage. All right, Soul Ring up
Oh.
and one.
why?
He was actually going to live there.
Yeah.
That Impale was, or Earth Spike, sorry, was perfect.
Perfectly timed.
From
That
Maui.
Soul Ring was just coming up. So let's look at that fight recap if we could.
You could say
just the
Fear
Storm
just
Bummer.
won that team fight for them. If Fear was not there, that
Oh, yeah.
was amazing for VG.
Did EG buy anyone back there?
No,
I don't think so.
don't think so.
Okay. I'm surprised they didn't gain more than that. They gained like 700 or 800 gold.
No, that was just for the Storm kill at the end. For the
Oh, that
recap.
was only that
That was
one.
just the
Oh,
Storm.
okay.
That wasn't the whole fight. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, okay, then I'm surprised they got that much.
They saved their ancient stack too, which is another big point.
Yeah. Ice will clear out theirs, but I guess the one redeeming quality of that fight is the Bounty Hunter got denied by the neutrals. And that's not really a victory for Vici, but it's a little bit, a little sprinkle.
Well, this is a little bit. This is looking good for Ice now.
Oh,
Well,
That
not
was
anymore.
not the plan
Never mind.
of themselves.
I jinxed him.
The caster curse. So it looks like
what does he
mech-
have? Is that
That's a
a...
headdress,
He's
I
going
think.
for a mech,
Yeah.
so
So late.
it's really late, but it's still needed.
It's definitely the item. It's...
I think Vanguard is great too this game, but they like to play with mechanism first for that team fight. He'll probably go it afterwards because I think Crimson Guard's not too bad against the flat cannon and then the DPS from TA.
Yeah, this gyrocopter is starting to get a lot of momentum. 2K net worth up on the leading farmer of Vici here. Storm doing okay, but all right, Yasha coming out. And
Oh, that new cheap Deso. It's so good for TA.
Yep.
wow. Sumail went from, I'm a little underfarmed, to all of a sudden I've got a 15-minute Desolator, and his damage is potent.
The way you're used to seeing Bristlebacks in this tournament, when TA hits him with Meld Strike, that is not what Bristleback has looked like.
Oh,
in
he
this.
got the
Oh,
spike
wow.
off.
FY in a little trouble. There's the Hex flying through, but Fenrir is nearby. Some TP rotations from the Vici side.
Oh, wow. There's a lot of heroes
That
down
fight.
here.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to brawl.
Where's the Bristle? He's still top.
He's farming up
Does
top.
he have a TP?
You know what's another great counter to
He does.
Beastmaster's Hawk? This rocket coming in from Universe. I think he's been using it a lot effectively too. And if you can get the Hawk out of this vision, this could be a good Roshan, but I think it's getting scouted out right now.
This is hard for Vici to contest, though. They know what's going on here. You've got call down around the pit, you've got hookshot from around the side, and the overgrowth. This EG lineup is kind of meant to Roche, especially
Yep.
now with the Desolator.
And essentially, they'll be fighting at 4 and 5 because Bounty Hunter
Bounty
really
Hunter
doesn't do
is-
anything right now.
Dire's top tower
If he had
is under
track
attack.
right now, he could track multiple targets and get a bouncing shuriken, and then
Without a mech-
all of a sudden you do some damage. But
Right. If
Yeah.
there's no mech on Bristleback, there's no way to contest as well.
Yeah.
That's just
Well, he'll have
another
it really
useless
soon
hero.
here. Just about 300 gold away from the recipe as he pressures the tier 1 up top. It was the gyrocopter that took the Aegis.
Is under attack.
So Fear's getting there. Went for that early HOD as well. Oh, he's got the Kunkka set. I like that. That's the Summit 2 rare. All right, here we go. Hook shot. We off the mark to PPD. Overgrowth onto FY. He'll get punished once more. Still not even level 6. Bounty Hunter gets brought down.
mid
Meanwhile, in
lane.
the mid lane, this could be the end of the Aegis. Fear getting low. Vengeful Spirit trying to finish him off, but Fenrir just doesn't have the damage. Living Armor comes out, and Fear will make it away.
Yep, no TP gaming. If he had one less item there, if he had his magic wand probably dropped or his Aquila, he would have went down. I feel like
yep.
it's what Arteezy's done a lot during the tournament too. Oh, the
Oh!
finger! Geez, nice camera work there, catching that at the very end. I would have missed it.
Yeah, that was tough. Nice play from Aoi, though. The burst damage to bring down Super 3-13. The evil geniuses looking strong. I feel like this Bounty Hunter is the one piece of redemption for Vici.
Oh,
if he
get
can
the bounty. What are you doing? What are you doing? All right.
bounty, get the bounty.
Dire's
Come on,
bottom tower
that's
is
his
under
recovery.
attack.
If he could just find that level 6, maybe they can start doing it.
They have vision of him right there too. I don't think Universe has a rock flare or hook. Oh, he does.
He does. Dust. They need the vision. Ward on the high ground. They're burning so much to find FY. Point blank hook shot, and they punish it again. They even
That's a Radiant
blocked-
Ward, right?
Is under attack.
Yes. Oh, he put it up there. I'm sorry. That's
Yeah.
my bad. Yeah. I thought it was Universe. Good call. They even fly the courier overhead to taunt him a little bit there. I like that. The style points. So Universe has bought Blade Mail in all 20 games of Clockwork he's played this year.
Radiant's
Interesting.
bottom tower
Force
is
Staff
under
Blade
attack.
Mail, the Universe style.
It's a good item on Clock. Blade Mail, he's one of the few heroes in the game that can almost force, like really force enemies to hit him, apart from, of course, someone like Axe
It's
or
like
whatever that has a
Bloodseeker.
taunt. But
Yeah, Bloodseeker and Axe and
you hookshot in, you
Clock.
can't ignore him. You have to do something. And most stuns in the game deal damage, so if you want to control him, you get to pay for it with health. And if you want to try to kill him to save the guy in the cogs, well, you know how that goes.
you have to Venge swap. That's their one saving grace. I mean, I haven't even looked at Venge's levels this game either. Like, she's level 9 G's
Yeah,
comparison to the Bounty Hunter.
I mean, FY's just been roaming around, and another hook shot under the tower. Dust used, call down, and a rocket. They are just picking FY apart.
They have
Oh,
sentries
boy.
all over the map, it feels like. They have map hack on the Bounty Hunter, who's supposed to have it.
It still feels
Top
like...
lane,
wait a
AUI.
Oh, ice,
nope.
ice, ice. Will he
Ice.
fall? Yeah, they'll trade 1-for-1, though. Hal brings down the Lion, ends a killing spree. Now it's Sumail in some trouble. Living armor comes out, but it's just not enough. The Templar Assassin will end up 6 feet under, but a close call.
That damage.
Yeah.
And I was about to say, it feels like, in comparison to a lot of the other games we've seen in this tournament with this kind of kill score, it was before that, it was 3-13, I think. Or 3-14, something like that. No, wait, it was 3-15, actually. Vici Gaming are still within reasonable reach of this game.
Right.
And now they got track. So, like, in most other games we've seen at this point, we're talking 12 to 15,000 gold lead. So the question is if EG can keep the pressure up and actually take advantage of their lead, or the problem is if they make like one big mistake. If they make one big mistake, they give away 3 or 4 track kills. They probably give Storm his next item with that. He already has the Bloodstone. So now EG's execution needs to be as good as so far, if not even better, to make sure they get this one in the bag. And
They don't have much to really lock down the Storm, as we've talked about. Only the Lion, really. Maybe if Universe can hook in with Cogs, that could really help out. But still, they're going to need the BKBs from EG. That's going to be the biggest thing. Sumail really needs one as fast as possible, as well as Gyrocopter here. Oh, hook shot
Off
onto...
the mark. They're trying to chase down the
PPD.
Beastmaster up top, but PPD in a good spot for Overgrowth. Oh my! Sumail on the backside with the side blades doing huge damage. Gets an easy double to start off the fight. Now Ice, Ice, Ice locked inside of the cogs. Will survive for now, but Fear finishes off the Beastmaster. Super tries to save, or Hal, pardon me, tries to save him, but it's not enough. Ice, Ice, Ice in some trouble, pops the mech,
he
but
got stunned by the
Sumail
rocket.
chases him down. This could be a 5-0 here, boys. Vici Gaming in trouble. An ultra kill for Sumail. 21-5. It's the Dire coming out big.
PPD
all right, so
MVP.
just when we said they needed to do it, they get that Overgrowth.
PPD is MVP.
Dude, that was so sick. Sumail on the high ground, just laying side blades into the team through the Overgrowth. That was sick.
Perfect positioning by the Train Protector
Yeah,
right
and
there.
Fear was taking out Beastmaster all by himself, too, over there.
All right. Yeah, that was just a solo back and forth.
And now we're closing in that gold lead I was talking about. I think that was a 4K swing, and they got a tower, so probably like 5K.
Let's look at this sexy Overgrowth here. PPD just
That
in the
right
perfect
there.
position. Connects on 3. The 2 supports get obliterated. Ice,
Yeah, there's
ice,
only
ice.
one track, too. So, and then they're not even going to go down. And then Super on the backside. And this is where you could see the missile. Oh, he tried to TP out the missile. I didn't see that. I knew he got missile, but he tried to TP away.
He was close to making it out also. So disastrous for Vici, and at this point, I mean, what do you do if we... Oh, well, we missed the kill on the Bounty Hunter during the instant replay. Surprise, surprise.
Can we get an instant replay on the bounty death, please?
Yeah, we could just get like 10 of those. What is Bounty Hunter's death score right now?
Yeah,
I
it
want
must
to see
Be
how
like
many
1 and
deaths.
7 or something.
He's
0-7.
0-7, so that's close.
He's closing in on No-Tail's record from this event.
Super, smokes break. Universe
Okay.
goes in someone's... Sumail's...
Sumail's going down, but Ice, Ice, Ice in trouble, even under the tower. They will bring down the Templar Assassin. Universe, he 4 stabs away. It's now Fear trying to finish off Super, and he might be able to do it. Dink goes the rocket, but Fear out of mana on the run. A swap from Fenrir. He's tracked up, stunned up as well, but a Ravage coming out of the Lion. Oh my God, it's the Radiant getting cleaned up again. Living armor keeps Fear alive, and they turn it around. Now the Overgrowth on Super. He'll try to TP home, but there's a battery assault. Universe is there. It's a 1-for-4. They kill Sumail, but it comes at quite the cost.
That Earth Spike, oh my God. Woo. That looked like the kind of fight Vici Gaming could maybe pull the game back
Right.
with. And now
Radiant's bottom
they
tower
only
is
lost
under
like
attack.
800 gold there because they're really far behind, and they did get one track kill on a key target.
Yeah, they ended
And
a big streak
also-
with that too.
I think Hao had TP on cooldown. If he could have been there for that fight, that would have actually been maybe almost a full-on comeback for Vici
Yeah,
Gaming. But
Fear should
obviously
have died
EG,
if Storm
yeah.
was there.
EG took the fight knowing that Hao TP top, I do believe. So, all
I mean,
right,
look at Fear now. He is just so far ahead. 50% up on Hao.
6K unused gold right now.
Oh,
That's, I would say Butterfly. Yeah, he's going to get a Butterfly here. This is,
Did he buy the quarter? Yeah.
yeah. I got math, at least in Dota, not in poker.
so is Butterfly the right call here? You were talking about the BKBs being the key item for EG.
I think it's still the right call. I mean, you still have living armor, and if he can't get hit, right? Everybody keeps on focusing on the bottom lane. AI still getting picked off, but killing FY once again, man.
That's not worth it.
Yeah, I don't think so.
That's a Bloodstone charge.
And it's a streak ended, so Hao actually gets a fair bit of gold out of that.
Almost any one-for-one trade for EG isn't worth it right now.
Up top, Ice on the run. Sumail with the Desolator doing a lot of damage. Force Staff from Universe will set up for the hook shot and nowhere for Ice 3 to go. The offlane Bristle gets picked apart again. Meanwhile, though, PPD gets caught out in the jungle. Hal finds another. It's actually the Beastmaster that'll get credit for it with that little boar there. But okay.
It's crazy. It's 8 to 28, and the Storm Spirit has the same net worth as the TA. Okay, never mind. They weren't matched up. One is position 1, one is position 2. But even then, actually, TA tends to get a lot of farm as the mid laner. So it's actually pretty impressive that Hao is going toe-to-toe with her. But if you want to look at it that way, then Beastmaster is 7,000 behind the Gyro.
I mean, I think the biggest problem here is that EG have the late game heroes. They've got Gyro, they've got Clockwork, they've got TA. They can scale very nicely. And you look at Vici, Bristleback, if he has that momentum, can scale very well, but at this point, you can pretty much cross that off the list. And Storm, he's got to carry a lot of weight here, and I'm not sure if he's big enough.
Beastmaster can actually turn into a kind of semi-carry if he builds right. Not with his hero itself, but with the right item build. I'm not talking about him going like something like the Abyssal Blade going in and hitting people, but if he manages to get a Refresher Orb somewhere down the line and having obviously the Necro Book and 2 Roars is pretty scary, but that's far off. He's currently building something with an Ogre Club. I think this is going to be a Halberd. Both Gyro and TA currently showing no interest in getting BKBs. Oh, never mind, she has one, so okay, nice send. Maybe he's getting it for the Gyro.
He's getting Sage Yasha.
Yeah, I
Gotta
don't
slow
know.
him down during the BKB.
He could get a BKB on the Beast. I really don't think that's the
yeah,
plan, though.
It has
doesn't
to be
really
an
make
Halberd.
sense.
I
But
mean, a Force Staff wouldn't be too bad on Beastmaster either. They need something to get people out of these cogs besides Venge Swap, I think.
Hal has a completed Orchid now, so some more solo kill potential. He's still farming quite nicely, keeping up with Sumail.
the good news for Fear, though, is that generally with Gyro, you're going to be kind of scared of a Storm around the 20-minute mark, but he actually can't solo him. Fear is way too tanky, way too far ahead. Butterfly, great item against Storm, who is of
Can
course,
no longer
very
get the
dependent
Hex
on his
anymore to
physical
really
damage.
like
Hex
counter
doesn't
him.
work, yep.
You really need to. Is it MKB time on Storm Spirit or something?
I mean,
or
I think that's a possible build we
Jeez,
could see.
I don't even know. Well, he has enough attack speed to get it, but it's like a 6th item or something.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely. Rotation from Vici, though. They've got 5 heroes coming to the tier 2 up top. They'll do the wraparound, sending FY in to scout behind the tower, get some tracks going on. Hookshot will come in, connects on the Bounty Hunter. He'll get dust of it on the other side. They want Fear called out on 4 members of Vici Gaming. They'll mech through it. A 1-for-1 to get things started, but now a buyback from Fear. He'll TP right to the tower. Rocket Barrage to clean it up. Vici in more than a bit of trouble. There's only one left, and not for long. It's a 5-for-1 trade. The buyback from Fear, more than worth it.
If he had a BKB there, he would live,
Is it?
but still.
Oh my god, okay, I take that back.
Jeez. That's nothing.
Oh, they still got
That's-
2K experience.
So
That's-
Vici actually had the net worth gain from that fight. That is insane.
Oh, they're pretty far behind. And it was a track kill on Fear.
That's true.
There
It
were
was a track
5 heroes involved. So.
Very true, but still, that shows the power of the Bounty Hunter and still the power of the rubber band if you're this far behind.
Question is if EG can go high ground. They didn't really expend any abilities, actually. They might be able to, or at least get... The Roche is theirs if they go.
Hook shot
Oh,
from
all
Universe,
right.
connects on FY. Surprise, surprise. Finger from Owie. Zip, zap, he's dead.
Yeah, trying to track FY get burned again, but still Roche is up now, and they'll go back for it. Yeah, they have to put Aegis on Fear.
Yeah, for sure.
So what's Sumail's next item? Is it Butterfly as well?
I think that'll be really good.
could go Butterfly, or
They just don't
you
have.
could just go raw damage. You could just go Daedalus.
They just have nothing to really counter out the butterflies except for 5 people on the 1 hero, as we saw on Fear.
That's true. They need a silver edge.
And Aoi with this Yules, he knows he's the main target of the Storm because he's the counter to Storm. But if he gets jump orchided and he's fast on the button with Yules before he gets Vortex, he can actually counterplay Hao entirely. This is starting to look really, really good for EG. It's still, in the scope of this tournament, incredible that they're not further than 15k behind with the skill score.
I'm still surprised that it's 9-34, and it feels like Vici are still at least able to put up a decent fight in these skirmishes. Fenrir now on the run. Sumail does get tracked, and EG will not pursue deep into the jungle. And on the other side of it,
Thanks
looks
for
like
the 450 gold super.
Yeah.
And with Necro Books down, I think it's really hard to defend. Maybe if this tier 2 wasn't here, they would go high ground because a lot of that burst damage onto your T or onto your Gyro is those Necro 3s.
PPD doing a little warden here on the plateau up top. Get some good vision into the
Dire's
Vici
middle
safety
tower
zone.
is under attack.
I feel like Universe has just been all over the place this game, though. As soon as he hits 6, it's just been hook shot after hook shot. 4, 0, and 18. Why did I not draft him?
Clock in general, this tournament has seemed pretty sick, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, well, it's a small sample size, I guess. I'm mainly thinking about today and Zai's performance yesterday against Vici Gaming. Maybe it's just really good against Vici. They seem to really struggle with this hero, and maybe they should ban it out next game.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Oh.
All right, tier 2 down, bottom falls.
go.
EG, they want the high ground.
This is going to take a really, really good fight from Vici to hold this.
Yep, Aegis up on Fear. There's a Blink Dagger on the Beastmaster
How many
now.
buybacks do we have for this for VG's side?
Not
Got
many.
Storm and Ice.
And Bristle, yeah.
Wow.
All right,
Well, tier 3 tower down. All of Vici have now come back. They're ready to try to make this hold. Living Armor onto Fear. Hao comes in, hits him with the Vortex, but Aoi right there with the Hex to counter initiate. They'll do a lot of damage to Fenrir after the swap. Primal Roar comes out, but Sumail, he's BKB'd. It feels like Vici just don't have the damage. Bristle falls first, will buy back. Now Sumail getting low, but has the Living Armor. That'll keep him safe. Then PPD with a beautiful
Hex.
ult locks down Hao. Buyback on him as well. Already a 2-0, but the buybacks might help them clean this up. Universe getting a little bit low, but still
AUI.
alive. Another wonderful stun from AUI. This Lion might as well be a Tide Hunter. Dieback now on the Storm, and Vici starting to feel the pain.
Yep, they didn't even lose. Aegis have it. Fear still has it.
EG may
Oh, and
still be able to get the
Satanic
barracks.
too,
They'll go for
jeez.
melee. That's it. Vici call it GG. The Evil Geniuses take game 1 of this lower bracket elimination series. Vici now fighting for survival coming into game 2.
They really destroyed the Bounty Hunter. Like, Vici's entire game plan about skirmishing with the Bounty Hunter early just failed entirely. And then, well, later on into the game, obviously, Fear getting a lot of farm here. And they controlled the map very well. I think that the key picks for me in this game for EG, Treant Protector and Clockwork. Of course, the Lion's performance was incredible from Aoi. I don't know how much I would attribute it to the pick rather than just his play.
both him and
I feel like
PPD.
the support duo of EG carried a hell of a lot of weight this game, and
Yep.
Universe as well. Incredible performance of Clockwork.
Just
Yeah.
think everybody, especially those 3, just had an amazing performance here. And
Wow.
yeah,
5,
Bounty
0,
Hunter.
and 20
When
on
have
the
you seen a
clock.
Bounty Hunter 31 minutes in, level 8?
He was,
0, 11, and 1. He had 1 assist that entire game.
fun fact, that was really, really close to No Tail's Bounty Hunter yesterday when it also didn't work out at all. It really is one of those high-risk, high-reward plays or picks. This game, 0, 11, 1 for FY. Yesterday, or a couple days ago, I guess it would be 0, 12, and 1 for No Tail on the Bounty Hunter. Like, it's fun because the games we've seen Bounty Hunter win, he destroys the entire map. The games we've seen him lose, he is completely
Yeah.
useless.
So
It's,
was Ice was pretty destroyed too.
and the hero
Yeah.
can have a middle ground, but we
Right.
just haven't seen it yet.
I really agree with what you said about the offlane Bristleback, though, and I feel like that's a similar thing. We've seen that hero look pretty useless in that game. It seemed like when he came to fights, just got blown up sometimes before he could even mech, and then when he's in that driver's seat, that position 1, he can get so much momentum and just take over the game and become almost unkillable at that 10-minute
I think
mark.
mid or safe lane is the best place to.
You have to
put
get levels
Bristle
on the
right now.
Bristleback. You can't have a level 1 Bristleback by 4 or 5 minutes in and
Yeah.
expect to really come back and expect this Clockwork to not make plays. He was like level 5 or 6 when, Ice was level 2 or something. So Universe can actually go do stuff on the map. Well, you have to wait for the Bristleback. And we already talked about the Bounty Hunter being shut down, so it's like 3v 3v5.
It was basically Beastmaster and Storm versus the world in that game, it felt like.
Beastmaster did so much work.
Yeah.
They would have lost way earlier if it wasn't for the Necro
Well,
book.
as well as the courier kill that you're talking
Yeah.
about. That helped a lot too.
Yeah. Living Armor saved Sumail a few times. He could have had a much worse game. Coming into game 2, I mean, what are you thinking here? Can Vici do it? Was that an out draft and an out execution, or did they just sort of draft themselves into a corner?
I don't think they drafted themselves into a corner. I think EG countered their plan really well.
The last
key
Treant
picks,
felt that way.
The TA and the Treant seemed like two really, really smart picks for this with the whole laning and the way they put pressure. It's difficult for Bounty Hunter to gank the TA. It's difficult for him to gank the Clockwork. And the safe lane, you can't gank Kachara, right? So basically, Bounty Hunter has no target. Like I talked about in the early game, I think this Bounty Hunter won't find a single kill. And, well, he found one in the mid lane that he died for. And that's it. That was the only kill of the game he
Yep.
got. Like,
I love the dual core too, and how they were able to actually get another hero to finish off that Roshan as well pretty
Yeah.
easily here. Having the dual cores, even when we saw Fear get taken down or Sumail get taken down, the other carry uplifted that we saw Fear in that near the Ancients carry that team fight if he wasn't there. And that could have been disastrous for them, and VG could have maybe got back in the game there too.
All right, very good. EG looking strong in game number 1, folks. We got a Steve Aoki on the set. We'll have game number 2 coming up right around the corner. We'll see if EG can take it 2-0 or if Vici can take us to a game 3 decider. Stick around and find out.